There's right now very little coverage on what Shiba Inu is doing, which is quite surprising because the charts day after day, week after week are looking incredibly good. Again, like I talked about many times, this is exactly what we did right as things started to heat up early on in this market cycle, as it did last year. And now we're seeing this take place once again. And I want to show you guys just a couple things to watch and prepare for here, especially as we head into the early part of the week. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So Shib, once again, is printing a green candle day, and it feels like this is Groundhog's Day because I keep doing this time and time again. But look at this slow but steady march to the upside. You know what this almost looks like? It almost looks like a honeypot chart, but we obviously know Shib is not a honeypot. But that's what you typically see is these slow and steady green candles to the upside and no red. And the reason that we're seeing that right now is because we're getting a steady dose of accumulation when it comes to Shiba Inu and very little selling take place. Even as we've gone on this drop in terms of volume over the weekend, we've dropped down to about $140 billion, the range that we're talking about. Shiba Inu volume has dropped to about 300 million or so over the last 24 hours. But again, it's just that the buying is very much outpacing the selling, which is a great sign. As far as whales go, accumulation, still the very recurring theme, 323 million Shiba, 323 billion Shiba Inu accumulated over the last 24 hours alone. That's after a day of 112 billion in outflows. So again, every time they have one of these days where they do some selling, it's very quickly enveloped by the next day of accumulation. It almost feels like they're trying to rock the charts just a little bit, but it's not really working. Because again, this is what we did back here, right? This slow, steady, obviously breakout of our ascending wedge, then actually a little bit of a retracement before a further extension, but we didn't really get that retracement here. When we look again at early 2024, we were doing the same exact thing, right? Our breakout, little bit of a retracement and then extension. I mean, maybe we're doing one of these right here. We'll have to just watch and wait and see what happens. Something I did want to point to though, is although this looks like just a sea of green, obviously there is a little bit of selling that we're dealing with here, but Shib is actually building a bullish formation in here. We were actually building a bull pennant. This is a great sign. This is a bullish formation for Shiba Inu, and this could potentially break still later today. All right. Now we'll see if we form anything different, but frankly, there's not a whole lot to talk about right now in terms of Shiba Inu, because again, it's just slow, steady, consistent fundamentals. Something I did want to show you guys here as well that I talked about in a couple other videos is that BTC dominance just continues to crater. In fact, in the weekly, guys, we're very close to a pivotal moment for BTC dominance. If we take a look at back here, we in fact got a breach of this all the way back that first week of December, and that was actually when the market started correcting and going more BTC heavy. Now, things are slightly different than that point. Yes, fundamentally they're similar, but we are starting to see the retail optics that we weren't getting when that pump took place. Yes, there was a little bit of adoption that took place, but exchange app downloads, not even close to where they were at. Optics, we're on the verge of actually surpassing those at this point. Again, it's much more similar to what we were doing in early 2024, which is even more wild because we look at early 2024, we didn't really get this big extension down. So this, historically speaking, is what we do around the time alt season starts. All right. If we look at early 2021, this is the exact move that we're kind of beginning here. All right. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice. Obviously, things can change very quickly in the crypto market, but it seems like for the most part, we have kicked the PTSD. People aren't as concerned with even the days of retracement. I'm seeing even the comments get quieter as time has progressed here too. And what I mean by that is when we have a week that we start out with a little bit of red, people aren't saying, oh, here we go, we're dumping, we're going back, that kind of crap. I would want to remind everybody that it sounds like Michael Saylor is going to be doing some accumulating on Mondays, and we know what that tends to bring is just a little bit of red into the charts. Even for Shiba Inu on Monday last week, we had a little bit of red to start the week, and then obviously it was just green from there on out. So I will say right now, like I mentioned, it's been pretty quiet surrounding Shiba Inu. I think as far as content creation goes and talking about Shib, it's really just myself and Clay, bro. All right. And that's not really saying a whole lot. Eventually, when SHIB starts making more extended moves, things are going to get pretty loud in the space. And you're going to see people talking about Shiba Inu more. And this is exactly what we saw back here, right? When SHIB went on this big boom. Am I saying this is going to play out the same way? No, not necessarily. But this is some important things that we're doing right now. I love what we're seeing. Would I love it to be more like 20% candle days? Yeah, I would. But green is green is green. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, did want to show you guys as well here still. I do have my SHIB long open still 250%. That's doing incredibly well. ADA long still open as well. That's 577%. Again, if you guys do want to, obviously check out BTCC or Margex. There are referral links in the description below. Again, you can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. Just understand that there is risk that comes with trading on leverage. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.